Let's go with a new Excel trick. In this case, we are going to see how we customize the quick access ribbon that we have in the title bar. As a result, we get the autosave, save, undo, and redo button. But sometimes we want to put buttons that make our job easier to make them more accessible. For example, when we want to open a new document, instead of having to go to the File menu and within Home having to click on Blank Books, we can insert the top button. How do we do that? You will see that where the quick access ribbon is on the right, we have a little arrow that points down. We click the button on this little arrow. Do we see the most common options for Excel, which you see that in this case we have the second new one? Well, we click on the new one and the button automatically appears so that I can open a new blank document from that button. I want to do the same for the preview when I want to print a document because we expand the arrow on the quick access ribbon and you see that we have a button that gives us a print, preview and print. We click it, and in this case, a blank sheet of paper appears with a drawing of a printer, so that we can see the preview directly of this button. Do we want to add some other button, so that the most common ones do not appear? Well, it can also be customized in the following way. You unfold the arrow on the ribbon, Quick Access, we're going down to More Commands. We click the More Commands option, and a window opens. Here we can make this window larger so that we can see all the elements on the right, the buttons that we already have in the center, the ones we want to put in, for example. In the case of the filter, as I said, do you see that you have an option that lets you add or remove a filter? Well, we simply either double click on the button we want or select it once and press the Add This button as we want. You see that we move to the right part, that I also want to look for a button that does not appear in this of the most used commands because it may not appear here. For example, the button to select visible cells. Well, what do we do here in the center? At the top, where it says the most used commands, we expand the arrow and a list appears with all the tabs we have within Excel. Therefore, we can go look for it because we don't know which tab it belongs to. There is not much problem because you see that we have one that puts us all the commands that appear when we click on it. Well, a list with all the commands that we have available in Excel. In this case, since I want to search for select visible cells starts with S instead of going down the list, what do? I click once on any of the buttons, I don't care. And on the keyboard, we press the S to select. And once we have it, the first one jumps with S, so we go down a little further, and we will see that it has to appear there. Select visible cells, we double click on them. And I automatically pass it to the right part, or we also click once and hit the Add button. When we have it, we click Accept at the bottom right, and the button will automatically appear on that Quick Access ribbon. That you want to remove one of the buttons that you have inserted, and you want to remove it from that more or less similar Quick Access bar. We deploy the arrow on the Quick Access ribbon. We're going down to More Commandos. The window opens for us anyway. In this case on the right, where the buttons we have are on the button, we want to remove, for example, the one to select visible cell that we just entered. We double click it and it automatically disappears. Or we select the button and press the Remove button. It is removed from that configuration. And now at the bottom right, we click the Accept button. And when we give Accept, we see that the button therefore disappears. In this way, you can customize the buttons you want to have in that Quick Access bar. And I leave you another video above that may interest you with more tricks. Until the next video.